Peace. Today is December the 22nd. Making today's math wisdom, showing and proving, or 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, which is culture. And when two wise domes come together to share in their wisdom, they'll get a better understanding of each other's way of life or culture. When these two wise domes are expressing equality with one another, then this culture that comes from the joining of the two wise domes will be of freedom, or the ability to think for oneself, which means my knowledge exercised is my wisdom, and in turn my understanding, and in turn my culture. Therefore, your knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and culture may be all rooted in the same knowledge, but still will differ from person to person, because we are all one, even though we are all individuals. We are fragmented pieces of one consciousness. So in that right, we are unique, but in the same breath, we are all the same. But to take it to the total math is wisdom. Bring it back to wisdom. And wisdom is knowledge applied. Wisdom is the woman, the moon, also the earth. In that the moon, in that like the moon does not make its own light. The sun does. The moon reflects the sunlight, meaning your wisdom will reflect your knowledge. You can only act in the knowledge as you have it, if that makes sense. As far as today's letter, as far as I've been doing them, yesterday was R, rule or ruler. Today is S, as in self or savior, because again, only you can save yourself. Someone can give you the knowledge and give you their wisdom and their understanding, but until you take the knowledge and exercise your own wisdom, your own discernment, your own judgment calls, to gain your own understanding and build your own way of life or culture, find your own sense of freedom, to find your own truth and get your own power, use that to refine yourself, to achieve your highest state, or your God self, or your divine self. But also, I'm going to do something a little different today. With the 22, because a lot of the times when doing the math, it can be broken down in many different aspects. And one of the ways that people who are in the nation of gods and earths, or the 5% nation, they usually relate it back to a degree. So in the 1 to 40, the 22nd degree is, if I misquote it, don't judge me. Where the 21st degree asks who was the founder of
What's up, Mike? Just FYI, take like one hop and
Okay.
It's gonna be like $1.69 a load.
Instead of the made right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be happening the first of the year. So once you start making out your orders, any of those little, probably like red and white, any of those like that right there.
Them too. That's why it's not going in the why it's not getting checked in. They going to oven fresh, you said?
Morning fresh.
Morning fresh.
Yep.
But it's gonna pop in my handheld.
It should. And I'll try to remind you too.
First of the year, you said.
Yes, we got a week or two.
Got you. So that the first Monday of the year or the first of the year? Fourth.
Yep.
No problem.
All right,
Appreciate you. Excuse me. So 21 asks, who is the founder of the concept or the idea of unalike attracting and alike repelling? And then question 21 will obviously tell you who the founder is, Yakub. But 22 says, how old was the founder? And the answer is Yakub was 6 years old. He was playing with two pieces of steel and realized that one was magnetic and one wasn't. And that the unalike things attracted each other. And like things repelled each other. And then he told his family, his people, that one day he would graft a devil to be, or he would graft a people that are unalike his people, that would rule his people for 6,000 years, which is where the ideology of the white man is the devil comes from. It comes from the story of Yakub, who grafted original people and made the red people, and then grafted them and made the yellow people, and then grafted them and made the white people. And then when he got the complete opposite of the black, which was the white, he taught them trick knowledge or tricknology, which is the art of mastering, but not mastering oneself, but mastering and controlling others. And in that way, they were unalike. They were uncivilized and savages. And to bring it back to the point of today's math, and that being the 22nd degree, meaning, so we all divine, and in each of us there is a positive and a negative, just like everything. So a God and a devil, a good and an evil, and all of us, a dark and a light. But when someone of a certain knowledge or school of thought brings their wisdom to the table, and then someone else of a different knowledge or school of thought brings their wisdom to the table, and these two wisdoms, or the knowledge from which the wisdom is rooted, is in opposition, then the culture that will be made manifest of these two unalikes would be one not of freedom. In so many words. Hopefully you follow me on that. As far as today being the 22nd, the actual letter for today would be victory. And again, long live Nipsey Hussle. But victory is like, it's more than just winning a game. It is the overcoming, the triumph, or the overcoming. In a sense that how that correlates to today's wisdom showing improving culture freedom is that when you have a certain knowledge, or one person has a certain knowledge and their wisdom, and another person has an opposing knowledge and their wisdom, and they come together, the true victory is in both people being civilized and coming to not a mutual understanding, but you have your knowledge and your wisdom. One person on this hand has their knowledge, their wisdom, and their understanding. And this person has their knowledge, their wisdom, and therefore their understanding. To come together and make the understanding understood, to communicate with the intent to understand rather than to be understood. Because if I'm trying to understand you and you trying to understand me, then we're going to be understanding each other. But if I'm trying to make sure I'm understood and you trying to make sure you understood, then neither one of us are understanding each other. Which, of course, if your 3 and my 3 don't meet up, there is no equality. The 6 is not there. The equality is thrown off balance. Again, Supreme Mathematics 101 will be on January the 1st. The PowerPoint, I still have not added Cypher to the PowerPoint. I will do so today. If you are interested in that PowerPoint, which is just a slide show and prove, that gives you a general understanding of each numeral and the power or the value or the frequency or the principle which they represent. And I probably will use it in the class more than likely. So it'll be basically like the notes that you could bring to class and be able to build with me, ask questions to gain a better or deeper or different understanding, and maybe even help me see things differently. Because even though I have this knowledge and am attempting to share and teach or make this knowledge born to others, that does not mean that my understanding is the only understanding or the right understanding or the perfect understanding. I try my best to be right and exact, and let you know when I'm honestly unsure. But really, that's all. Peace, wisdom, freedom, justice, equality, power to the people, all the people. Y'all have a good one.